The sun is set, the stage is set, and we're set for MotoGP in 2021. Pecco Bagnaia from the head of row 3 and 7th. The world champion Joan Mir with work to do from 10th. The rookies Bastianini and Martin. Here we go, folks. MotoGP 2021 warm-up lap is about to get underway. We can barely contain our excitement here in the commentary box. Fabio Quartararo lines up on the front row, second on the grid. Here is Pecco Bagnaia, just making sure everything's set. D1 is underway. The Bawa Grand Prix of Qatar is go. Not a great start initially for Bagnaia. Look at Miller coming through from the second row. The Ducati started 14th. He's already up inside the top three. The Ducati launch device is absolutely out of this world. Ducati start device is phenomenal. They've got 4 bikes inside the top 4. The Aprilia related Spargo is also by the Ducatis. Hovering around 9th and 10th place. Pecco Bagnaia started the week out of on Ducati down the start. It's advantage. Bagnaia leads at the end of the first lap. Enough that sensational start. It's just come up on our screens. No jump start. Jorge Martin will only pass on the straight. Well, that was almost out of the window straight away there from Maverick Vinales. One of the best starts I think we've ever seen. We're on board then now with Maverick Vinales, looking ahead at his teammate Fabio Quartararo, places at the inside of Fabio Quartararo. Still that advantage you had like on lap 1 of 0.6 of a second. It's a nightmare. Shocker on the opening night for Franco Morbidelli. Something happened to him on that first lap as well, second lap rather, because Lecco owner Alex Martin and Fabio Quartararo, the door was just left slightly open from the rookie Martin, and through he goes. Yeah, there was something happened to Morbidelli on that second. Rossi there now being hounded by Alex Rins. He was wide there, Rossi, and that was easy enough for Rins to pick him up a little bit to maintain that pace. He did say yesterday he was a little bit concerned about the first few laps of the full fuel tank at Later Spargo. He's gone from 5th to side of Valentino Rossi. So Mir now up into 8th place. Now remember, folks, for very good reason, 54, Miller in 3rd place. It's just around, and he's thinking, I'm not going to go for it right now. Today, if you try and escape and push too hard at the start of the race, there's a risk you might not get
Quartararo makes a move. That was before Quartararo finds a way through. Of course, Matt, they've got to do this in second.
To keep him behind the slipstream.
Here he comes. Here comes the move. That was beautifully done from Fabio Quartararo.
He lined that all up into Fabio Quartararo there, because when Miller winds up the wick to 6th gear on that Ducati, although Quartararo's got pretty good drive, hasn't he?
Quartararo's not having it there. He's closing the door. Excellent stuff from the Frenchman.
Oh, that was a game of dare and chance on the
foundational work at the end of the last lap and the start of this one from Fabio Quartararo. He had to do that. Now Maverick Vinales has just watched all of that on
Morbidelli, who's having an absolutely awful, dreadful start to 2021. What happened to him? 7th on the grid, 16th.
He can't get into the 55s. There's definitely a problem, because Franco Morbidelli, that is just not reflect tail now. We're on board here with Jack Miller looking at Fabio Quartararo up ahead.
Oliveira threatened a strong race.
A bike noise, I'm sure, unless I'm hearing things, Matt, but I thought I just heard. We have. Taka Nakagami's gone down.
Fives, nowhere near good enough from Taka Nakagami. Yeah, and the front end just tucking out right from it. I just wonder if he maybe clipped a bit of curb on the inside.
Still number 63, Bagnaia, who leads this one, the Italian from fellow Frenchman Fabio Quartararo. Here comes the move from Maverick Vinales on his good friend Jack Miller. Miller fading, he's falling back
there at the moment, just trying to save a bit of tyre. You never know. It's hard to read what's going through his mind. I mean, there's such a long way to go, and
it's difficult to call, Matt, because at the end of last year, Jack Miller matured so much. He used his head in races.
About a fellow rookie check. Bastianini 16th and Luca Marini 17th.
The 2 factory Yamahas are closing now on Joan Zarco. They have worked beautifully to get back on terms again.
But Vinales knows he doesn't have to take any silly risks to get through on Quartararo, because Fabio's paid. Right, okay, now he's going to attack Quartararo, as he knows he's not. But this is a good position for Maverick Vinales to be in, because he knows that Fabio
the tail of Jack Miller,
which can spell trouble. Because if Alex Rins is there at this stage of the Grand Prix, we know how good he is with it.
Vinales looks like, doesn't he, that he's got the better speed of the 2 Yamaha riders at the moment. He wants to make sure that
we're just starting to perhaps stretch away from Fabio Quartararo.
Fascinating race.
So as Will, the Frenchman will know he's right there on his case.
Bagnaia still leads though, 10th or so in it, back to gone.
Yeah, Joan Zarco, you've got to say he's doing an excellent job here. He's kept his powder dry, used the power of the Ducati at first corner, going into turn 1, braking from well over 3.9,
fast not quite. Didn't work from 9th on the grid.
Wasn't suggesting they'd been sandbagging, but he knew the threat that Rins was going to pose. So many riders talked last night about you can't discount, and Vinales did at turn 6.
Yeah, Vinales also had another look at his teammate. We're riding on board now with Fabio Quartararo. Look at Maverick Quartararo right now. He'd be able to get on terms with Bagnaia and Zarco. There's 3 different battles going on here.
He hasn't needed to.
Here comes Vinales on Quartararo. He's done it on the straight. It will be the move into turn 1 that he needed. Good stuff.
Out to the curve. There was no way that the Frenchman could then turn in. So Vinales up into third place on the podium.
Miller the nudge he needs to say, do you know what? I don't want to fall too far back. Maybe I'll push now. It's impossible to know what his game plan is at the moment.
I'm pretty sure that Bagnaia and Miller have not done a 54 in this race because they're thinking so much.
And it went horrifically wrong in Mazzano. Will that be in the back of his mind? 52 Rins. There's a bit of a gap back then to the world champion Mir, who's just ahead of Aleix and Paul Espargaro.
Well, he's still doing 56s. Franco Morbidelli in 19th place, nowhere near.
Maverick Vinales' corner speed is so
Maverick Vinales for quite some time, I'd wager to say.
It is, yeah, and it's aggressive as well. You know, it's not the best we've seen of him in a race like this.
Here comes Miller. Miller on
time.
Quartararo. Has he got that move done in the slipstream?
Fabio Quartararo.
Free time, isn't it? Free time. The Ducati, once it gets wound up to 6th gear, you've got no chance.
On this lap, may well just fancy a move on Johann Zarco. Is it coming? Was it made there? No, not quite. We're on board with Ricardo.
By far the quickest man on the circuit on that last lap was Aleix Espargaro, who's taking time out of the world championship.
Here comes Maverick Vinales.
Lovely.
Up the inside. Brilliant. This is a new and improved Maverick Vinales. Rins, he's now going through as well. Beautiful.
Play to your strengths. That's what the Yamahas and Suzukis have to do. They haven't got the grunt down.
Vinales, he's on fire.
Almost elbow contact there with Pecco Bagnaia, the race leader.
Wow. One of him for some time. He was boosted by this man, Esteban Garcia, returning to crew chief. He's even getting a bit of slipstream.
Slipstream comes into the reckoning.
Incredible.
So Bagnaia's led from the very first corner of this Grand Prix, but he's on the Yamaha,
or it will help us. Look at the speed traps, Matt. Ducati's top speed advantage has been negated for Vinales.
Yeah, I mean, that's 20 odd kilometres an hour slower than what they were last night, isn't it? The factory Ducatis somewhere, because he went from 12th to 16th. He did a mid 57, Rossi. So no points at the moment for Petronas Yamaha SR.
And here it comes up the inside. Surely no, the door's closed by Pecco Bagnaia, but Maverick Vinales is come on the start-finish straight, Matt, to see what has happened to Ducati's speed. There's a headwind, of course, which isn't helping, but Vinales is actually able to...
Braking zone with turn 1. No, he's not at the moment. Fabio Quartararo is being closed down rather rapidly by Joan Mir. Half a second between the team, only 5 in their Premier Class history previously.
Vinales, fantastic work this to go here.
He was confident last night, wasn't he, that he could keep his rear tyre better than the Ducatis. So,
oh, here he comes. He's going for it. There's a gap. That's so tight. There's going to be contact almost. Wow. Incredible stuff here.
Taka Nakagami's teammate had already crashed early on in the race.
Ducati are dropping 20 Ks.
Rapid old crash by Alex Marquez.
Rins is through.
5 crashes in the test. Another one here in the race, unfortunately.
Alex Rins is now up into 4. In on this group. Not just Aleix Espargaro, but brother Paul as well on the Repsol Honda.
Yeah, that's impressive by Paul. Miller gets back on Rins with some Ducati grunt down the start-finish straight.
He just about gets the bike stopped. Left in this one.
Well, it's all about who's keeping the best rear tyre for those crucial last 2 or 3 laps.
Holding firm, the number 63.
They're all doing... The top 3 men came over the line, 55.9, 55.9, 55... Although he has wrestled that place back, hasn't he, again, Alex Rins. He's putting up a real big fight here. He wants that first victory.
Rick Vinales on the factory Yamaha, number 12. In second, here he comes. Oh, beautiful, beautiful stuff from Top Gun.
Maverick Vinales, can he try and make a crucial break? He's going to try, and what he's trying to do here now is just push the Ducati.
World champion Joan Mir's made a place. He's up ahead of Fabio Quartararo, the number 36. He's now closing on this pack as well.
I didn't really see this Maverick Vinales at any time during 2020. Suzuki's, they're not out of it either, are they, as well? Vinales, dead Frenchman, but for how much longer? Because he's got Rins swarming all over his rear tyre. And you cannot discount Joan Mir as well, because Mir...
By the way, with pole behind, and Enea Bastianini is 10th. The rookie. Incredible job from him. He's now
in Qatar 2017. He's right on course to repeat that feat here tonight. I'm going to see that was ruthless at turn 15. Took the space away from Jack Miller, and the world champion now.
He's ripping himself away from these 2 Ducatis. Johann Zarco's going to maybe move up into second place here. He challenges Pecco Bagnaia.
Immediately behind him, 4 tenths quicker than Alex Rins in 4th place. Vinales had a disastrous ending. What a way to respond and kick off 2021 potentially. Were they?
Aston, is there going to be a move there from?
Is it going to be coming at turn 15? No, not quite close enough.
Onto the home straight we go with 5 laps remaining. That's the battle for 3rd. Up ahead, it's Vinales from Zarco. There's Aleix Espargaro in 8th place.
12th to 16th, yeah. Mir on the insider ins. We did not expect this at all a few laps ago. The world champ factory team.
This is just your classic Joan Mir performance from 10th on the grid. And we've said it so many times, if they get qualified,
Mir was on Friday and Saturday, it's how you come out and respond, and his response has been pretty emphatic to say the least.
The Pramac Ducati, but he's struggling with rear end grip here, Joan Zarco.
You've got to say Zarco, though, has managed the rear tyre a lot better than laps in the mid to low 55s. Got himself that clear of Zarco. It's going to take a monumental mistake by Vinales now to throw this one away.
Yes, it's of his life at the front of this MotoGP race to kick off 2021.
There was a dream debut on the factory
The last lap of the race here at the Losail International Circuit.
When it was rather handed to him on the plate by Agnaya's mistake.
The fact that he's had to get his elbows out in this to do it.
Turn up, you were wondering whether he was going to wilt, but no, he's been absolutely sensational tonight. Thoroughly deserved Quartararo as well. Rinz's charge through has faded somewhat lately.
Well, it tails from the start to now, that's for sure. And here comes Joan Mir on the last lap. He goes through, the world champion.
In place it looks like he will do.
Take my breath away, Top Gun. What a ride by Maverick Vinales. Oh no,
Mir's been absolutely... Suzuki, they can't believe it. We can't believe it. It looked like Mir had it absolutely nailed on. He got hammered by the Ducatis. Did he just lose it? But brilliant by Maverick Vinales, one of the rides of his Grand Prix career. Look at this though, late on. Late drama as always. In 4 or 5 bites,
he's wide.
Clear. He's gone wide.
He's gone
you know
wide.
what he's doing there, Steve? That was all because he was trying to make sure this Joan Mir, that's going to be gut-wrenching for the Suzuki man.
He'd done such a great job.
That was all because he had a handful of throttle. With it being so dirty, it could have been launched over the handlebars. It was until the last corner. It's an exaggeration to say that was probably the finest ride of his MotoGP career.
I quite agree. I'm going to hold my hand wrong. Can't get the start, full tank at the start. Something is wrong. But that was sublime.
And it just came up short. Just a small mistake, the smallest of mistakes to keep the Ducatis at bay in Doha until yesterday after FP3. As a precaution, they had that second place.
He went so deep, didn't he?
2 motorcycles behind you in that situation you don't want. There's 2 Ducatis. Sonichi Sahara and Ken Kawai. It was a phenomenal ride.
This guy,
phenomenal.
I tell you what a brilliant ride from Joan Zarco. The leading to deliver podiums, and he's done it. It's been a humbling day and experience for Petronas Yamaha.
And fiddle on his factory Yamaha debut to Maverick Vinales as well. Great job that. Just the minutest of mistakes at that final corner, which cost him the podium. We loved it. The fans.
Let's hear then from Lynn Jarvis. What a ride from Maverick Vinales, I'm sure.
Thoughts. Exactly that. What a stunning ride from Maverick. You know, we knew he had the pace. Could that be possible? I would have said no way. You know, because the 4 Ducatis just launched off the line, and it was difficult. A fabulous race. I think getting past Fabio at that moment was important. He was clearly faster. And then
big congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, not the only one, Lynn. You're not the only one.
Third place then goes to Pecco Bagnaia on the factory Ducati after a great qualifying early on last season. But congratulations, Maverick Vinales, the Top Gun, about to take him. And a big warm embrace between Vinales and his crew chief Esteban Garcia. Joaquin Aristegui